Hello everyone, I hope that you are all doing well. So welcome today in a revision lesson. This revision will integrate lessons from 1 to 4. In this revision, we will recap the theory and consolidate the understanding of what we have already seen, which are advanced ICT vocabulary, writing technical definitions, using present simple versus the present continuous, and describing ICT processes. Of course, these are separate lessons, but believe me, each one of this lesson is related to another. For example, we cannot write a technical definition if we don't have the appropriate ICT vocabulary. When we say ICT vocabulary, we mean the ICT related words. So we use words in order to write a technical definition, which refers to defining a term or a word and its primary function. We can as well describe functions and processes using the appropriate ICT words in present simple or present continuous. As well, we can use these words in order to describe ICT processes. So let's dive in our revision and the first lesson. In the first lesson, we have learned some ICT advanced vocabulary. We have seen terms related to cybersecurity like firewall, malware, and encryption. We have as well seen words related to artificial intelligence like machine learning, neural network, and algorithm. As well, we have learned about networking terms, and in this theme you have to remember what is an IP address, a router, and a bandwidth. And as well, we have seen terms related to database like database and data analytics. So in this lesson, you are not required only to memorize the words but to understand their meaning. So in order, if you'll be asked in the next lesson to define one of these words, so you know to which category is the word related and what is its primary function. And this is how we can define a word or an ICT vocabulary. Now let's dive into lesson 2, where we have learned to write technical definition. The first thing that we have learned is the structure of a definition, which include a term and which should be followed by its category and its distinguishing feature. That is to say, an ICT term, like for example a router, and then we need to mention its category. Is it a device? Is it a software or something else? Here, a router is a device. What is its distinguishing feature? That is to say, its function, or what is it used for? Here, a router is a device used in networking to forward data packets between networks. Here is a rule that you have to remember while writing a technical definition. First, you have to be clear and concise and use objective formal language. What do we mean here by being objective? That is to say, you don't have to add extra unnecessary information or opinion. Just be objective. Write the word, its category, and its function, or what is it used for. No more or no less information which will be unnecessary in a technical definition. After that, we have seen in lesson 3 the present simple versus the present continuous, and we have seen their usage and when can we use them. The rule for the present simple, putting a verb in this tense, is very easy. Why? Because you have to put the base verb with all the pronouns, and when you come to he, she, and it, we just need to add a final s to the verb. However, how to put in the present continuous, you have to use the verb to be in the present simple plus the verb plus an ing to the verb. Here, let's see when can we use the present simple. It is used to describe facts, routines, or general truths. For example, the firewall blocks unauthorized access. However, the present continuous is used for long actions, that is to say, ongoing temporary actions which are happening right now, or we can use as well the expression at the moment. For example, the technician is installing the software right now. I want you to go back to your lesson and check the time expressions that we can use with each of the tenses. Finally, in lesson 4, we have learned how to describe an ICT process and how to give instructions in order to complete a process successfully. We have seen together that we need to use sequential markers like first, then, next, and finally. For example, first download the installation file and then run the setup program. Some rules that we have seen together in this lesson is that we need to use the imperative form for instructions, and sometimes for formal documentation we need to use the passive voice. I want you to go back as well to your lesson and check all the rules that we can use in order to give well explained instructions for user. Either this user is familiar or not familiar with the technical processes, so instructions can be clear, so that the task or the process can successfully complete it. I would like to thank you for your attention, dear students, and I wish you good luck in your exam. Remember that every lesson that we have seen together will be included in the exam, and in order to practice for your exam, I have created or prepared some activities for you that you will find in the Google Classroom course. That was all for today. If you have any questions, you can comment them and I will assist each of you.